the cartel is a near peer threat. So maybe we need to be talking to Mexico and saying, yo, check it out, homie. We need to fix this, all right? Or else we're just gonna invade your fucking country. That's the problem here. Mexico is the problem. And we go toe-to-toe with the cartel. Let me know, because according to this article, we might be facing a near-peer threat when it comes to the cartel, all right? And reading this, they are comparing the cartel to the like of the Taliban and other guerrilla-like forces around the world, stating that the cartel, because there's multiple cartels with an S, might pose a serious threat for U.S. Special Forces, to include Green Berets, Delta Force, etc. Let's read this article and see exactly what individuals are saying around the U.S. So, title of the article, guys, the plan to set U.S. Special Forces on Mexican drug cartels and why experts are saying that it won't work. All right, so Donald Trump and his newly appointed border czar intend to send Special Forces soldiers to eliminate the Mexican drug cartel, but defense experts are warning they can be outmatched. Outmatched? Who can be outmatched? United States Special Forces, to include Green Berets, Navy SEALs, Delta Force, Mossad. I don't know, man. You guys let me know, all right? Deploying U.S. troops to tackle the gangs is not a new idea in the circle of hardline Republicans. Tom Homan, the man tapped by Mr. Trump to lead his border closure, recently told Fox News the president-elect will use the full might of the United States Special Operation to take him out. To take who out? The cartel, right? Mike Waltz, Green Beret, shout out to Mike Waltz, picked to be the next National Security Advisor, last year introduced a congressional resolution to give then President Joe Biden permission to use military force to tackle cartels smuggling fentanyl into the U.S. Now, I think we can all agree, guys, the fentanyl crisis is indeed a crisis, right? Youth are dying left and right off of that shit. So it is a problem and it needs to be taken care of. So I 100% agree with that statement. How are we going to take care of it? That we still need to figure out. But while the U.S. Special Forces are considered amongst the world's premier war machine, a report by Cartel Institute said the Mexican cartel might now be an equal match. That's wild. So the article just says Special Forces. Within the military community, Special Forces is what we call Green Berets, right? We have the Special Forces tab and everything. However, they use the term to describe your Delta Force on the Army side, Green Berets on the Army side, U.S. Rangers on the Army side. Then you have Navy SEALs on the Navy side. Then you have Mossad on the Marine Corps side, and then a couple of others, right? So the term Special Forces is being used to describe everyone. It has become hazardous now, given Mexican drug cartels' increased military capacity. So I was at the gym doing work, and one of you guys rolled up on me, which I appreciate it, guys. Whenever you guys see me out and about, I might look intimidating, but feel free to come up and chop it up with me. And one of the questions they had was, hey, Jay, what do you take after your workout routines, or what do you take as far as supplements when working out, right? So I wanted to take the opportunity to introduce you guys to a supplement that I take on the regular, guys, and that is creatine, right? Guys, I've been taking creatine since 2003, since I joined the military. But back then, I used to take, and I'm sure you guys can attest to this, the freaking big old jar, and you have the scoop, and you're scooping out all the grains, and you're putting it in a shaker bottle, you're shaking it up, and you're drinking and all that stuff. That's what I took for the longest, all right? Fast forward to today, guys, I'm using a product called Tasty Gains, all right? I love this product mainly because I'm addicted to gummy bears, right? And it's a gummy bear-based product. Tasty Gains come in this jar right here, guys. You have a variety of different flavors. This one is mango pineapple. Guys, love this product. I typically take this right before my workout, guys, just because it gives me the pump that I'm looking for. I personally would not recommend anything to you guys that I don't take, but the things that I do take, if you guys have any questions about them, I'm more than happy to share that with you, all right? Again, guys, Tasty Gains. I will put the link at the very top of the pinned comments for you guys. If you guys are interested, go over there, check it out, and then let me know what you think about it. And tactical competence, all right? A research has shown tactical competence by the Mexican drug cartel. Who's training these dudes? Because unless it's Delta Force, Green Berets, Navy SEALs, then there's no way they could match our skills, all right? So unless they're being trained by our guys, old 7 groupers down there doing work, I don't think this article is correct at all. Let's keep reading. Directing American Special Operation Forces against the cartel would put them against a sizable near-peer competitor and asymmetrical warfare, thus putting U.S. government into a position of little escalatory advantage. Guys, I don't think this is true at all. You guys let me know. But according to this article, the Mexican drug cartel can best our special forces units. That is a wild speculation. Such a move would not just force the American military into another quagmire, it would drive them into a morass up to their metaphorical waist. The article then continued to say that the Sinaloa cartel is considered one of the deadliest of Mexico's drug cartel. Right? That I know. Those dudes are fucking brutal. I've seen the clips. I've heard the stories. Out of control, right? The gang control much of the country's northwestern territories. It is described by the U.S. government as one of the world's largest drug trafficking organization. So maybe we need to be talking to Mexico and saying, yo, check it out, homie. We need to fix this, all right? Or else we're just going to invade your fucking country. That's the problem here. Mexico is the problem. They're the one that needs to be doing work to make sure that this drug cartel goes away. Like, we don't need to go into Mexico to fight these dudes, because guess what? And this article will elaborate, they have the support of the local population, which is something that we faced in Iraq and in Afghanistan. And how the fuck did that turn out? Not too well. Let's keep reading. Over the years, it has acquired a broad range of modern weaponry, including assault rifles, grenade launchers, drones, anti-personnel mines, anti-tank weapons, and grenades. All right, so it's very, very well equipped. All right, but guess who's the #1 weapon manufacturer in the world? I would go as far as to say the United States. I didn't fact check that, but I know you guys will fact check me. Let me know. So where are they getting their weapons from? Probably from the United States. All right, let's keep reading. Some of its hardware is illegally imported into Mexico, while other equipment is believed to have been supplied by Central American government. Right, so it is being funded by Latin America. Sounds like 7 Group needs to get to fucking work. Right. Jalisco is the new generation cartel, CJNG, right? They are the fierce competitor of the Sinaloa cartel, right? In a propaganda video circulating in 2020, the cartel was seen standing next to military type vehicles, right? So now you got to ask yourself, who exactly are we going to fight? Are we going to fight just one cartel, or are we going to fight both? And let's say, for shits and giggles, we end up defeating both of them. What's the plan? What's the strategy here? Because we both know when you defeat 1, 2, or 3, they're gonna pop up, right? At least right now you have 2 cartels that are controlling the entire drug game, right? Now you defeat those 2. You think everyone's just gonna go, into hiding and say, you know what? Nah, we're done. We're not really gonna fuck with this thing. No, dude, more cartel-like entities are going to rise and replace and fill the void. Because let's be honest here, man, people love their fucking drugs, right? As much as we don't want to admit that, supply and demand, those folks have raised it into power because Americans love their fucking drugs. So does everybody around the world, right? So if there's a demand, someone's going to rise up to fill that gap, right? Ever since Pablo Escobar, this thing's been a problem. We got rid of him. Guess what? We still have this problem today. So we have to come with a permanent solution aside from just going into these countries and just fucking whacking dudes, right? Let's keep reading. Now, the part that I really wanted to hit on is this. The cartel would likely adapt tactics similar to the Taliban or the Islamic State in terms of mounting guerrilla-style attack on American troops. Guys, we had a very hard time with this in Iraq and Afghanistan. It is hard to fight a faceless army. We don't know who we are fighting. That shit is damn near impossible because at every turn you are faced with an enemy, right? And you have the fucking Geneva Convention. You don't want to shoot the wrong person. You gotta wait till they shoot at you. By the time they do, they gone, and you got buddies that it was a mess, right? So going into these guys' turf to fight them is gonna get ugly, right? And we can easily, use different approaches, but long term, it's not sustainable. We have to tap into those countries to help us fight these wars, man. Because again, we got rid of Pablo. What happened? Now we have 2 other cartel, and we got Americans dying, from drug overdose, right? All right, Cartel also operate in densely populated urban area, making military engagements complex and risky, all right? And again, we have the opportunity of producing a lot of civilian casualties. All right, and the article goes on and on and on. I will link this article, guys, to the description so you guys could read it yourself. But the overall theme here is that the cartel is a near-peer threat. And if you guys don't know what a near-peer threat is, it's a country or an entity that matches the United States military's as far as skills, weapon, equipment, tactics, so on and so on. So think of China, think of Russia, right? Those are near-peer adversaries of the United States. Would you put the cartel on that level? Let me know, all right? And then let me know what you think is the right way to tackle this issue, guys. Because again, I think it's a bad idea, right? But again, I'm not a policymaker. I'm just here on YouTube sharing my 2 cents with you guys. And if you guys are interested in going to Special Forces Assessment and Selection or joining the military, make sure you go to greenberrychronicles.com, all right? Book a call. I'll be happy to jump on there with you and chop it up, all right? I appreciate you guys, and until next time, take care of yourself.